Hi, this is Ferre and Stephen Swenson of Tax Sale Support with a video about listing your property for sale on Zillow. We're going to do a live demonstration of exactly how to do that, but before we get into the live demonstration, let's talk for just a second about a couple things you can do that will help to simplify the process and speed it up.
Yeah, exactly. The first thing we like to do is we like to create a folder to keep all of our photos and our Word docs and property information in one spot. So that's the first thing we like to do. We can also use it as we go back and relist the property on other listings.
Yeah, in fact, we have an individual folder for each property so that we can put all the images and things like that in it. That makes it a lot easier to grab. And we also write the ad beforehand, before we actually go to post it. We tend to write it.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll get a Word doc or a Pages doc. In addition to that, we also like to check out other ads of properties that are for sale in the area that are similar, so we can get an idea of their ad as we write our ad.
Yeah. Now, when it comes to images, we think images are always absolutely necessary on your ads. People need something to look at, and so you can include images even if you can't get physical photos of the property. You know, maybe you live out of state, and if that's the case, then you can always use some of the images that we have through things like satellite imagery or stuff with the county.
Yeah, exactly. Also, you can use Google Maps as well. In fact, these properties that we're going to be listing today are properties that we've actually never visited in person.
Yeah.
But we are going to be including several different photos that we've gotten through county maps and online photos and Google Street Views.
Yeah. So once you've got all that organized, you're going to create an account on Zillow. It's free to do, very easy and fast to set up. And now we're going to show you how we go about listing a property on Zillow in order to have a complete ad or a complete listing.
Yeah, Zillow really is one of the best places for sale by owners and for real estate investors to list their property for sale. It's going to give you access or put your property in front of potential millions of potential investors.
Yeah. Now, what we're going to do here is we go to the home page of Zillow, and under Sell, we're going to see that here in the drop-down box for Sell by Owner. That's what we're doing here. And so we're going to go ahead and it's asking for the address of the property here. And so, if your property has a regular address, you're going to enter it Riverbend. Is that one word or two?
I think it's, not sure.
You know what? I'm actually going to, what I'll do here really quick, just to double check, is I'm going to look it up here on, whoops, let me look it up really quick here on Google Maps, just because I don't want to get that wrong, and that will cause problems here. So let's go, and this is in Jackson, Mississippi. It looks like it is one word, right? Yeah, I think that.
Yeah, it looks to be that one.
All right, so it is one word here. So we're gonna let me go back here and fix that so that we don't get that part of it incorrect, because little things like that can hang you up when you're trying to complete an ad. So,
yeah, and a lot of properties, you're going to have an actual address. With vacant land, sometimes you're not going to have the actual address. So this property is located on Riverbend Drive, but there's not an actual address that's been attached to it yet because there's not a structure on it at this point.
All right, and when it doesn't have a complete address, it's going to ask you for the parcel number. And so we're going to go ahead and enter in that parcel number, which is 4854-486, and then 534. Oh, you know what? They don't allow the dashes. That's what it is. That will cause a problem as well. So for 4854-486, 534. And 4854-486. 534. Excellent. Now, what it's doing now is we need to identify the exact location of where the property is located at, and so we need to do that on the map here. And one of the things we'll need to do is locate it, and sometimes it's a little bit difficult to do if we can't see exactly where it's located at. Let's see if we can see a nearby landmark to get an idea here.
Pretty close to the I-55.
Yeah, I-55 and that Bounds Road, or
yeah, because we don't have an actual address listed, you know, as a full address listed, sometimes it'll kind of throw it out in an area that's not exactly where it's at. And this is the reason why you want to go ahead and change it, where you can see there at the bottom where it says, yes, this is the correct location, or no, let me change it. You'll want to change that and make sure that it's going to be on the correct area, because if not, it could be listing your property for sale in a completely different area, which can affect the traffic that comes into the property.
Yeah. Now here I've actually located where the property is at here, and so it's asking, you know, if it's the correct location. We're going to say no, you know, let me change it, and then I'm going to zoom in just a little bit right here. There we go, Riverbend Drive, and it's actually the property right here. Right?
Yep.
And so
it may take us a second.
What we want to get it to do here, there we go.
So
we just wanted to put that dot down here, and then we're going to go ahead and hit save and continue. And then from here, we're going to list our selling price, which we're listing it here for $49.95. And then we also can grab our images of the property here. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go into files here, and property number 10 here is what we're looking at, and we're going to go ahead and enter in that. And we can grab all of those at once, and it makes it much easier here to get the property listed. Now, scroll down here. There's also additional information that we're going to provide here about the property, and so here's where we're going to place our actual listing information that we type up, and we can also add additional information like the size of the lot here, if we have that down to square footage, or whether we have that down to acreage.
Yeah, exactly. Also, if you have videos of the property, you can add something like a video to it as well. If you have a website where you're selling property, say you're a real estate investor, you can include that information that they can go back and view it as well.
Yeah. Now, all right. So let's grab. I'm trying to see here on the dimensions here on this property here. That's the one thing I didn't write down.
It's I believe it's 0.26.
Now let's go ahead and.
It was around 10,620.
Whoa. Okay. And then from here, we're going to go ahead and paste in our listing right here, and then also we're going to also include our contact information that we want to use right here in the listing. Now, it's also important in the listing itself that you don't include your personal information there, where it says call so and so at this address. Or this telephone number, because it will cause your ad to be rejected. You have to actually put that information down here below, and then once we hit continue, we agree to the following rules here and go to continue. What's going to happen after that is a short time later, we're going to get a telephone call from Zillow, and it's actually an automated call, but it's going to ask us a couple questions, like, for instance, let's see, the
zip code,
zip code of the property, and then the listing price we had, and they use that to kind of verify it. And then they may need more information, or they may not. but they do that with every single property that you list, and so you have to go through that process in order for your property to be listed. All of the listings on Zillow are legit.
Yeah, exactly. So when you type in that phone number and information, essentially Zillow is going to give you a call within 5 minutes. So you want to have the phone handy so that you can answer that and go ahead and answer the questions. If not, Zillow will go ahead and give you a call back and leave you a message, and you'll need to call them and then go through the verification process with them over the phone. So if you're available there right for the call, a lot of times you can get that, went ahead and accept it, and it'll post it within usually 24 hours.
Yeah. In fact, as soon as they've got that cleared, it will be posted up there, and you can begin tracking the views and who's keeping an eye on it, and again, a great way to get your property in front of a large number of people.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of the best resources that we have as real estate investors to list our property for free. That's fairly simple to do, and it's going to put your property in front of a huge amount of potential buyers.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for more videos that we post here about using a variety of different services like this.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you again, and we appreciate you watching this video.